and network scalability. Let me just jump right to the thick of this article. What we have to look forward to later on in the year is a series of activations, as they call them. First being the Stellar Web-based Development Tool Lab 3.0. This will allow developers to experiment and test transactions, smart contracts, and APIs for the Stellar network. Actually, that will be upgraded. Well, I shouldn't say actually. I should add that that will be upgraded from 3.0 to 4.0 by the end of the year. That is the plan for the roadmap. Now, these integrations here specifically focus on the developer side. They will include new additions to the Freighter wallet app, things of that nature. So maybe closer to the top of next year, we'll see that in the user interface. That will, over time, bring more people into the application, and we know the rest. But I want to get to Protocol 23. Because OG Stellar faithful, OG Stellar luminaries, we know what Protocol 23 is. There was another term for it a few years ago. It's called Jump Cannon. And it's coming later this year. Protocol 23 will feature a major transaction per second boost, which will see the projected throughput for Stellar reach 5,000 transactions per second. 5,000. Improved TPS significantly scales the network's output, allowing more parties to perform more transactions at the same time without congesting the network. Take a look at this. Listen to this if you aren't able to get to the screen. Compared to other major blockchains such as Solana and BNB, which boast max TPS counts of 2,900 and 1,700 respectively, the 5,000 max TPS goal would make Stellar one of the fastest blockchains in DeFi. 5,000 TPS, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I follow Tom Weller, which is the head developer on the Stellar network, and he's been talking a lot about Protocol 23. Once this kicks off, ladies and gentlemen, the Stellar network will be even faster than it is now. And it's pretty quick. This will also improve the finality. You guys remember when we talked about finality? Crypto.com recently achieved instant finality, one of only 15 or so chains out of thousands in the crypto space that can do so. If we read more into the documentation, and I'm sure Stellar will release it here soon, we should learn about how much this will affect finality on Stellar. Because if it reduces finality, and I think Stellar's was already at a second and a half. So if we can get it to instant, then Stellar's wallet ecosystem can scale as big as Solana, as Crypto.com, as Ethereum, as BNB. Because now, again, remember, finality has a direct impact on use case, user interface. If transactions per second are maxed at 5,000, finality is reduced to near instant. Every wallet application that is on Protocol 23 they're going to run just like a traditional banking app. They're going to run just like Chime, just like a Bank of America, a Chase, a Cash App. It will have Cash App-like speeds. It will be capable of producing Cash App-like speeds across all of its applications. We also have to look forward to specific DeFi protocols as well. As we can see here, alongside the Freighter enhancements, Stellar Enterprise payments will also allow for the creation of on-demand single-use wallets. These can be useful for enterprises that are catering to non-crypto native audiences and simplify the process for receiving crypto-based payments. So if I'm not mistaken, that's similar to Cash App, to when you share your QR code. But there are other payment service providers who let you use a link. You can share a link and people can pay you through that link. As a matter of fact, I think a number of banks do it. A couple credit unions do it. My credit union does it. You can pay through the link. So this is similar to that arrangement. And again, if we're upgrading transactions per second, if we're improving instant finality, this is just going to make all of that run even smoother. It's going to make it all run smoother. So we have to keep our eyes open for when they'll publish this roadmap. But as it stands right now, guys, they're sharing a little bit of what we can expect from Stellar going forward, 2025, 2026. I really hope that they achieve this. I really do. Because DeFi on Stellar, imagine the implications for the MoneyGram access. Imagine implications for humanitarian aid. You're talking about yield opportunities in the world of RWAs. Because that's another thing. Stellar already has so much else. It has its tentacles in so many other sectors. An upgrade of this scale just boosts everything. It'll boost everything. To bring it back home and to answer the question in that email, just wait a little bit longer, brother. Someone will come along and develop a Stellar native yield bearing application. I point that out because there's a little bit of a tangent here. This XRP5 phenomenon is starting to concern me. All right. Y'all know I ain't going to ever hold nothing back from y'all. But there are a number of companies now starting to promote XRP5. Let me tell you the core problem with this. XRP is not a proof of stake asset. All of the XRP that will ever be has been minted and put into circulation with the exception of what Ripple has. The problem is we don't know where these XRP are coming from. And in a lot of cases, the yield you receive isn't XRP. It's a copy. I hope that the setup on Stellar is nothing like that. I want Stellar to be in the background totally. To that point, what could this do for the Stellar DEX that we're all familiar with? And we already know on the Stellar DEX, you can trade things like gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and other currencies, other national currencies. I don't want to see a situation where a company pops up saying they're about to bring yield to Stellar when Stellar can do it itself. That's what I'm getting at here. Why would you add a manual override to an automatic transmission? That's my concern with this XRP5. I'm still looking into it. Once I get to the bottom of it, you guys know I'm going to share it with you. But that was a bit concerning. And I'm hoping that this doesn't happen to Stellar. Because the route that they're going with this roadmap indicates that soon it will be natively issued, yield can be natively earned on Stellar or through one of their approved wallets. All the more reason why that MasterCard crypto credentials is even more powerful.